Alright guys, welcome back to the channel and the latest roundup of wrestling game news, where today we have a small update on WWE 2K22 coming to SummerSlam and a possible hint that the game could be releasing earlier than usual. Plus we also have new teasers and mocap footage for the wrestling code and a brand new trailer for Action Arcade Wrestling, which now has a console release date. Before we get into any of that though, if you're new to the channel and you want to stay up to date with all the latest wrestling game news, then please do hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications so that you don't miss out on future videos. So let's start things off with Action Arcade Wrestling, as we have a new trailer for the game, with the trailer confirming the long-awaited console release date.
He was created for one purpose: to bring the fun back to wrestling games again.
So that's a new trailer for Action Arcade Wrestling, which is finally coming to consoles beginning on August 10th, when the game is set to release on both PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, with a Nintendo Switch release also set to take place shortly after. For those unaware of the game, it was originally released on PC in October of 2019, therefore it's taken a while to come to consoles. However, one big benefit of that delay is that in the time since it was released, users have gone on to upload thousands of creations to the game's creation database, and that database is cross-platform, meaning console gamers will have access to all of those creations from day one. This feature is an absolute game changer in every single sense, as any players that would usually be put off by the game not featuring licensed stars can simply opt to download a full roster of custom stars from the likes of WWE or AAW from the game's creation database, along with fully customized arenas, allowing them to completely change the look of the game. Switching over to the wrestling code, the team are continuing to hold and record mocap sessions at the GTS Arena in Florida, with a lot of the game's roster performing their own mocap. In the latest footage of the session, here we have a preview of a sit-out powerbomb being performed, with this footage revealing some of the tricks that go into mocap, as each performer starts out in a standard T pose, with this pose also being the same pose that the move ends with. You'll also notice that during the pinfall, the person making the count counts to 4 rather than 3, as this is a trick that allows the team to record both the winning pinfall and a kick-out animation at the same time, rather than recording a 3 count first and then re-recording the same animation with a kick-out. Alongside the live action footage, we also got a sneak peek of one of the mocapped animations, with this preview coming courtesy of independent star Anthony Green, as Anthony shared this footage of one of the game's new corner grapples, showing off an unprettier being performed out of the corner. So that's the latest that we have on the mocap sessions. However, we did also get a separate tease, as Virtual Basement posted a cryptic tweet over the weekend, tweeting 16 years of exile, legacy lost. They followed up the tweet with a second teaser, this time tweeting out the date 7/24/2021, which just happens to be this coming Saturday. As for who or what the tweets refer to is unknown, however we've not got long to wait, so if you've got any ideas on who or what it could be, then drop a prediction in the comments. Up next, we're talking AAW Elite General Manager, which was released for both iOS and Android devices last Thursday, with the game being met with a generally positive reception. However, a lot of users have reported that they're unable to download the game due to it requiring iOS 12, which is only supported for the iPhone 5S and above. Therefore, if you have an earlier iPhone, or if you have an Android device that is pre-OS 9, then you won't see an option to install it. Before we move on, let me take a moment to tell you about today's sponsor, the Ridge. Unlike traditional wallets, which are large and bulky, the Ridge wallet has a modern, sleek design that doesn't stick out in your pocket. Depending on your preference, there's a ton of colours and materials that you can choose from, including titanium, aluminium, and my personal favourite, the carbon fibre Ridge, which is the one that I use. In a world where everything is digital and cash is an afterthought, the Ridge provides storage for up to 12 cards, whilst also offering RFID blocking technology to keep your cards safe from digital pickpockets. For those carrying cash, the Ridge also comes with the option of a cash strap or a cash clip, allowing you to safely store banknotes. If you want to pick one up either for yourself or as a present for a friend, then you can head over to rage.com/Smacktalks where you can save yourself 10% and get free worldwide shipping and returns if you use the voucher code Smacktalks. Finally for today, we're talking WWE 2K22, as over the weekend at Money in the Bank, WWE aired a new commercial for this year's SummerSlam pay-per-view, which is set to take place on August 21st, with the big talking point coming out of the commercial being that it included the WWE 2K22 logo. This was followed up on Raw, where the WWE 2K22 logo was again featured alongside the SummerSlam logo during replays, with the inclusion of the logo indicating that WWE 2K22 will be sponsoring the show, further adding to the rumours of a big reveal taking place around SummerSlam. Over the years, SummerSlam has always been a big time for WWE games, as most years have seen 2K hold press events and invite players out to go hands-on with the game, which is something that I've had the privilege to experience. The interesting thing to note this year though is in regards to 2K22 being listed as a sponsor for this year's event, as WWE games don't generally sponsor SummerSlam, they tend to sponsor the event that takes place closest to the game's release date. For example, in 2018, WWE 2K19 was released on October 9th, with WWE games sponsoring WWE's Evolution pay-per-view, which took place a little over 2 weeks later on October 28th. In 2019, WWE Games sponsored the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view, which took place on October 6th, 2 weeks after the release of WWE 2K20 on October 22nd. As for last year, WWE 2K Battlegrounds was released on September 18th, with the game then being the sponsor for Clash of Champions less than 2 weeks later on September 27th. Based off this, it's strange to see 2K22 listed as the sponsor for SummerSlam, as 2K generally sponsor the event closest to the game's release date, which could hint that 2K plan to release this year's game earlier than usual. Obviously, this is just speculation, as no release date is currently being announced, therefore the game could be set for a regular release date in October or November, or perhaps the sponsoring of SummerSlam does hint at an earlier release date, which would be kind of crazy considering how little info we have. Either way, the inclusion of WWE 2K22 as the sponsor for SummerSlam does at least hint that we could get some kind of reveal taking place either at or around the show to tie in with the sponsorship, whether that be the long-awaited cover reveal, gameplay, the roster reveal, or some other announcement. As of right now though, nothing has been confirmed by 2K, therefore we will have to wait and see what, if anything, gets announced in the coming weeks. So that's where I'm going to leave this video, as I'll instead pass this one over to you guys to see what you make of it. What do you expect we'll see at SummerSlam, and do you think we could see the game drop earlier than usual? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and if you haven't already, please do hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications to stay up to date with all the latest wrestling game news. Until next time though, thank you so much for watching this video, have yourself an awesome day, and I'll catch you later.